Okay, so I'd like to call the order of the Board of Public Works. Get the clerk. Which one? Carl Kramer, roll call, please.
Alderman Langdon.
Here.
Alderman Schmidt. Here. Alderman Tom Grady. Here. Alderman Ted Grady. Here. Alderman Rapella. Here. Alderman Nichols. Here. Alderman Sevenick. Here. Alderman Taylor is absent.
Thank you. So, first on the order is the minutes to approve. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from June 1, 2020? Alderman Ted Grady.
Thank you, Chair. I'll make that motion to approve the minutes from June 1st, 2020.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. So I got a motion by Alderman Ted Grady and a second by Alderman Sevenick. So all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Nay. Minutes are approved. So we got 5 action items tonight. The first one is for the payment of Vinton Construction Company contract unit number 2020-02 for the Jefferson parking lot, the basketball court, and regrading in the amount of $148,422.40. And that's payment number 3. Director Corey, got anything?
Right now, the project is reaching the final stages. We should be getting some finished landscaping, striping this week. Some of the other kind of finish, landscape items in the biofilter areas. The sealing of the basketball courts will be at a little bit later date with the basketball hoops to follow at that point. The asphalt needs to cure out for a certain period of time before they can put that color on. So that'll be a little bit into July, I believe.
Thank you. Any questions for Corey? Alderman Ted Grady?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, Corey, I noticed, are there going to be 7 payments, or is that just the form? If this is payment number 2, but then you have like,
That's just the form. It's a
That's just a
canned
form.
form, so it's,
yeah, you might be done.
it's set up in an Excel format, so we kind of put 7 spaces so we don't have to redo it every time.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? See no one? Can I have a motion? Did we take?
We did.
Oh, yep, I'm sorry, we did. So,
No, there's no motion, sorry.
yeah, I didn't think we did. So do I have a motion for number 1, Alderman Ted Grady?
Then I'll make the motion for the payment from Vinton Construction Company, contract unit 2020-02, Jefferson Park parking lot, basketball court, and regrading in the amount of $148,422.40, payment number 3.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do I have a second? Second, a motion by Alderman Ted Grady, second by Alderman Tom Grady. Any further discussion? Seeing no one, Clerk Kramer, can we take a roll call, please?
Motion carries 7-0.
Number 2 is change orders for the Myron Construction Company, Inc., contract unit number 2020-06 for the Public Works Facility Project. And that's an add of $93,586.71. And that is change order numbers 4 through 9. Director Adam?
Sure. Thank you, Chair. There's obviously a number of them. There's 6 of them there. And I did try to lay them out. If you have any specific questions, by all means, ask. The point that what I'm trying to do here is make everyone aware that prior to my main point of contact with Myron Paul Reeder, who retired at the end of May, and he wanted to take care of all of the gotchas, the things that areas in which that he knows that things have come up in the past, and he wanted to make sure that he had everything purchased or ordered before he left. And that's why we got a bunch of them here listed. The other thing is that, talking with him, he's fairly confident that, moving forward as far as, the need to tax this, fund, should be minimal from a Myron standpoint. So that opens the door for us to take a look at that canopy. If you guys, recall, when we, brought our plan forward, we were hopeful that there would be some funds available in the contingency to enable us to put a canopy over our fueling station. The numbers come in pretty decent for the DEF system and the actual tanks and dispensers. So we're looking to hit the contingency for a little over $24,000 to be able to do the canopy. What I'm showing you there is sort of the status of the contingency based on the items that we already have approved, the items that we're looking for your approval that we already sort of authorized to keep the project moving. In our first draw, Director Sassman kind of made me aware of some items that we had paid in 2018 and 2019 that, again, we feel as though that the contingencies should be able to handle. I want to point out there are some additional fees that went to Grease Architectural. There were some additional borings that were done in 2018 and 2019, and some additional consultant work for the preparation of the CSM so that we could consolidate all the parcels out there. And then I will touch on the anticipated items there. These are some more of the gotchas. These are on me. When we sat down and determined the contract with Myron, we talked about the utilities, and I told them, don't worry about the utilities, we got it. You know, we have a working relationship with the Menasha Utilities, and I did not give the natural gas a thought. So again, when they heard me say, don't worry about the utilities, the city's got it, doesn't need to be in your contract. We Energies, there is no allowance in that GMP that we have signed with Myron, so that will come out of the contingency. Then we do have the utilities that I had said that we would take care of. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect those amounts. We are in the process of working with the utilities like I figured we could. We think that we can save about $9,000 by doing our own trenching and laying the conduit, which we're doing this week. I do want to sort of point out that we did, the architectural firm did hint to the fact that there might be some additional fees coming based upon the delay. We started this project in 2018, expecting it to be constructed in 2019 to 2020. We've added about a year there. There has been some additional work, meetings required on their part. Where we're at is the USDA approves all these payments, okay? So the USDA is holding up their request at the moment to determine or put them on the spot to let us know, A, why, if there is going to be additional amounts, what it's for, and so that there are no surprises moving forward. So I did throw some money in there just to sort of cover the potential for that to be realized. And then in addition, we're in the process of hauling the charred refuse that we did encounter during our foundation work. And as you can see, by adding the canopy in there, we're still at we're still sitting with about $200,000 in our contingency fund moving forward. So we feel pretty good. I feel good about it. That's why we're requesting coming to you to look for your approval on the canopy, in addition approving the other items that we did outline in the memo.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for number 2? Alderman Ted Grady.
Thank you, Chair. I'll make that motion for the change orders for Myron Construction Company, Contract Unit 2020-06, the Public Works Facility Project, an add of $93,586.71, change order for number 4 through 9.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Alderman Ted Grady, second by Alderman Sevenick. Is there any further discussion? Seeing no one, Clerk Kramer, roll call, please.
Motion carries 7-0.
All right, number 3 is the payment to Myron Construction Company, Inc. for the contract unit number 2020-06. That's for the Public Works Facility Project. That's for $691,398.90. Payment number 3. Director Adam?
This is a progress payment, payment number 3. We've been trying to update the website with some photos if you guys haven't been out there. The vehicle storage garage is pretty much up as far as the walls go. The west half has been, we got the roof joists and decking, so it's starting to actually look like the garage is going to be as far as the vehicle storage. They've been setting precast mezzanine panels on top of the parts area. So it's really taking shape at this moment, so.
Thank you. Any discussion? Alderman Ted Grady?
Yes, just one question, Adam, Alex. Timeline, how's everything going with the project, and do we see it pretty much be able to move in before it gets cold out?
Again, we're on schedule. With everything that's gone on, we really haven't lost any days to rain. We've been pretty fortunate. And then obviously there was some concern with the COVID. There was some delay in getting materials. However, again, Paul Reeder made sure that he had, the moment that we had approval, he was in the process of making sure everything was ordered. We are on schedule. We are, right now, the date that we saw this past Thursday would be like November, middle of November. We were shooting for December 1st to be in the parking garage, get our vehicles inside. They're looking at mid-November, and they're looking to have the maintenance shop and the office areas completed by mid-March. So we'd be able to move in mid-March, and then obviously they have to finish the demo of the existing facility, and then they'll be able to finish up the asphalt, and then obviously we're doing the landscaping and whatnot, so. But we're on schedule.
Any other discussion? See no further Alderman Ted Grady?
With that, I'd like to make the motion then for the payment to Myron Construction, contract number 2020-06 for the Public Work Facility Project in the amount of $691,398.90.
Motion by Alderman Ted Grady, second by Alderman Tom Grady. Any further discussion? Seeing no one, Clerk Kramer,
That's just not real little.
roll call. Vote, please. There we go.
Randy.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Number 4 is Plank Road State Municipal/Municipal Agreement. Director Corey?
I'll take this one. Adam can have the next one. So we were notified from the DOT that they are looking at doing some work on Plank Road. Basically, Manitowoc Street to Melissa Street. They're looking to do this work in potentially 2025. And part of that agreement, we are responsible for 25% of the engineering costs. They pick up the remaining costs of that. So that's basically what we're looking at here is entering into that agreement with them for that.
Oh, thank you. Any questions? Now, this is just a agreement. There's no money involved yet or nothing, correct?
What we're agreeing to is pay 25% of the engineering or design
Okay,
for this road work. And just so you're aware, I did ask where that came from. It is state statute, and then I did go back and look at Third Street when we did Third Street, and we paid 25% of the design for Third Street. It's part of their Connecting Highways program, so.
thank you. Alderman Sevenick?
Thank you, Chair. At this time, I'd like to make a motion that we enter into an agreement with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation for the planned street work on Plank Road from Manitowoc Street to Melissa Street.
Thank you. Motion by Alderman Sevenick, second by Alderman Tegrati. Any further discussion? No discussion. Clerk Kraut Kramer? Thank you.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Number 5, kind of the same thing. The intermunicipal agreement with Winnebago County and Fox Crossing for County P construction. Director Adam?
Likewise, we were made aware that Winnebago County did receive some state aid grant funds to reconstruct County P. It is also within the same cycle as Racine Street. When we were made aware of this, they approached us and more or less thought that, and maybe we're different, but they wanted to sort of in general terms, a third, which would put us at like $700,000. And in light of the fact that Racine Street's like gonna be like 1.4, our normal budget's between 1.15, we expressed concerns of affording it, not to mention the fact whether or not that it was an appropriate amount for the city of Menasha's share. So we did share that up front. They did come back and informed us that they did accept the grant. And then we requested that, again, shared that, there's no way that we could afford that amount, number one. Number two, that gave us an opportunity to take a look at what was being done and what we felt was an appropriate share for the city. And we requested that instead of just picking numbers out of the air, we wanted to have some sort of rationale behind it, some justification. So they did hire a consultant. We did have this, we're working with the city of Neenah on Abbey Street, and likewise, they were going 50-50, and we started to take a look at, or I should say Deputy Director Gordon really did so on the stormwater side of things, and look at drainage basins. So that's what we sort of proposed to Winnebago County, and obviously we were working with Fox Crossings as well. And kind of looked at basin, we looked at frontage, and where the number sort of ended up is, and it went back and forth a few times just so that you guys are aware, it ended up that we were gonna do sidewalk based on frontage, lineal footage frontage in the abutting municipality, and then all stormwater based strictly on drainage basin, which is 13%, for all of stormwater. And in the end, that's what we ended up agreeing to, or what we thought was fair, very reasonable for the city. And this is what we're bringing to you guys.
Thank you. Alderman Sevenick?
Thank you, Chair. So this will include sidewalks?
Correct. Right now, the estimate includes sidewalks. It is not fully designed yet. I know that they're was some discussion as to whether or not it's needed on both sides, whether there's enough room on both sides, whether they do a trail on one side, sidewalk on another side. Those are things that will be vetted out in the design process. But
I'd hate for this to be cheapened. And it's a main corridor, and I believe there should be sidewalks, and there should be sidewalks on both sides. So if, as a former county board member, sidewalks were always looked upon favorably by the county to take care of that. So, well, anyways, then, Mr. Chairman, with that, I would like to make a motion that we recommend entering into an agreement with the Winnebago County and the Village of Fox Crossing for the urbanization of County P.
Thank you. I have a motion by Alderman Sevenick, second by Alderman Ted Grady. Any further discussion? Seeing no one, Clerk Kraut-Kramer?
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. And with that, do I have a motion for adjournment? I have a motion by Alderman Ted Grady, second by Alderman Tom Grady to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Nay? We are adjourned. Thank you.